So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can prep your Pixart boards and prepping them ready to send off to have them printed. So at this point we should have had those discussions of what the plans are for your exhibition space. So when I mean a Pixart board, it means the rigid boards that I've shown you in class. Because obviously, because you're having them printed professionally, they have to be set up appropriately, so that the printers can print and then hopefully send them to you, and then you can put them up in your exhibition space. So I'm going to show you how you prep prints like this. So the first thing you need to do is you need to download the template. So if you go to HCCR, go to photography, and then right at the very bottom of the page, you'll have seen I've added these three areas here. So this is for the Pixart boards, okay? So here you'll see that there's a button that says Photoshop 70 by 100 centimeter template. I need you to click on that, and what will happen then, that will then open in Photoshop. So this is all set up to print. It's got the bleed on it, it's got the right resolution. So all we need to do is work on this board. So what I'm going to show you to do today is I'm going to show you how you can prep two different sizes, because the vast majority of you are doing this size where you can comfortably fit 4 on your board. So this template here is the same size as one of your exhibition boards. So it's 122 centimetres there by 244. So these prints here are, if I zoom in, these prints are 35 centimetres by 50, and you will comfortably fit 4 of those prints onto this board. Okay, so here are the photographs I'm going to use. These were just some examples from a few years ago. So what you need to do is select the images that you want printing. Make sure I have a look at them, or your subject teacher has a look and make sure that you've selected your strongest work. And then you're going to go to image, and you're going to go to image size. Okay, so if you click on this, it will have the dimensions of your document. So in this case, I've set it to centimetres, so make sure you do that. Often the default in Photoshop is pixels, so just set it to centimetres. And if it is that you want your space to look like this, so you want 4 portraits like that, okay, that size on your wall, run off these dimensions. So it is 35 width, yeah, by 50 in height. Okay, now this is very important. You must make sure that the resolution is set to 300 pixels per inch. Okay, not pixels per centimetre, pixels per inch. Okay, because that is print quality. Once you've set your size like that, all you simply do is go to your arrow tool and drag that onto the template. Let me just get rid of that. Oh no, get rid of that. Okay, so if it is, when you've dragged it, you don't have the transformed box round it, just either click T on your keyboard, or just click the show transform controls. And then all we do is just rotate that round by 90. Remember, if you hold your shift key, it will make sure it goes to 90. There we go. And then we're just going to drag that to the top, and then you're just going to click the tick. And you're just going to do that 4 times. So I'm just going to drag this one over. Another print goes there. And there we are. Perfect. So that print there, we have those 4 prints all measuring 35 centimetres by 50, and in your exhibition space it would look like this. Okay, now some of you may find there's areas where there's a little bit of clipping involved. To show you what I mean, I'm just going to make one of them slightly smaller. So what you might find is you might get the width being 35, but then you might get the height at say 47. So you might have a little bit of clipping at the bottom. My advice would be, if that happens, is on the background here, just set a colour. So double click on your palette here and then just set that something like to, I don't know, 20% black. And then using your paint bucket tool, which is here, I'm just going to drop that colour into the background. Okay. And the reason why I've done that is because it then shows you where the edge of the print is. It just makes it a little bit easier when you come to cut it when it arrives. So only do this if you've got a little bit of clipping on your images, but the vast majority of you won't have that issue. Let's go back. Okay, so now we have our print. So this one now, all we need to do before we send it to Pixar is we need to flatten it. And to do that, you just click on Layer at the top here, scroll right down and flatten that image. Okay, then we're going to go to File, we're going to go to Save As, and we're going to save that then as a JPEG. Okay, it's worth saying Pixar will only print JPEGs or PDFs. They won't print any other file type. So it's really important that you flatten your image before you send it, because they just won't print it. Okay, so File, so go to Layer, flatten the image, and then save that as a JPEG. So you could call it like print 1. That is then ready to be sent to Pixar. So I'll just whack that up to maximum on the JPEG. So watch the next video where I show you how you then order from Pixar.